pen, I'm learning life. My thirst is divine, words inspire in perfect time. Nurtured right, them man there be learning life, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We are back. It's been a couple days. It has been a couple days. Sorry for the inconsistent content and everything, but when there's one Chelsea game in the last 3 to 4 weeks, there's just barely anything to talk about. But you lot already know when the games roll around next week, there's going to be content bleeding out of this channel, left, right, center. You guys already know. So we're just going to do a Q&A for now. Like, guys, just drop in your questions. Just discuss anything you want to talk about. Everyone's talking about the Sidemen match, and I completely understand what everyone's saying. That's the best game I've watched this season. Better than anything I've watched from Chelsea by an absolute mile. You've got a striker that's actually contributing in terms of goals and assists. I think Simon got, 3 goals and 3 assists in that game. I think he got a hat-trick in both. And yeah, ridiculous. Who else? Chunks looked ridiculous in midfield. Philly looked amazing on the wing. And yeah, when you compare it to our attackers, it's long. It is long, but yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on the Sidemen game. Let me know your thoughts on Chelsea in general. Just anything you want to talk about, just bring it in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. Although I feel like it's only going to be subscribers in here because I know the stream ain't going out to a lot of people. But whoever's in here, big up for being in here and hit the like button. Let me know what you guys are saying. Ilias says Reigns the greatest universal champion of all time. Of course, because that belt was dog shit until he touched it. Like, I was waiting for them to scrap it, but he's turned into an iconic belt. Fair play. Catman says forget spending 30 mil on a 17-year-old. Toby, Harry, and Philly. And this I didn't understand because I heard we're linked for some Fulham player, like he's just said, 17 years old. Apparently, he only just signed a professional contract like 3 weeks ago or something like that. So I don't know what data they found to think this guy would be a good prospect for us in the future or what they've seen of him. But yeah, welcome to Chelsea, I guess. What was the name of the guy? I know he was from Fulham, but that's all. Let me see. If I go on Absolute Chelsea, I might find out. I mean, it doesn't even matter too much because we're probably never going to see this guy play. He's not even a big name like that. Luke Harris, that's his name. 17-year-old Luke Harris, initial £25 million fee with further payments taking it to 30 million. How is someone so relatively unknown going for that price? Because like, even if he's a youth player, there would be some sort of hype surrounding him. Like you'd see, I don't know, Fulham fans or whatever club he was at previously talking about him as a prospect or something. Never heard of this kid once, but they might know something we don't know. Pokudoku says the pain when you realize the YouTubers are more creative and clinical than all of our attackers. Big fucking facts. But I tried not to think about that because I just wanted to enjoy a good game of football. That was end to end and refreshing. I feel like my love for the game has come back a little bit more. Also, to everyone saying we can't do an all-stars game or a north-south thing or anything like that, it would be the exact same thing. It would be not taken that seriously. It would be good in terms of donations, in terms of putting money towards the football pyramid or towards charities. The amount of money that I saw getting super chatted onto that Sidemen stream was ridiculous. Like, their reach is crazy. And that's just YouTubers. So if the Premier League was to do something like that, they would make 10 times the money, maybe even more. Everyone just wants to gun Bowley down because he's American and they want to just have their little agenda. But fact is, North v South has been a good idea for some time. I remember Ferdinand talking about it. I remember Lukaku tweeted about it back in 2018 or something. And I was down for it from then. I'm not worried about injuries or anything in that sort of game because I don't think any player would take it that seriously that they would put themselves in a position to be injured. It would just be a laugh. In terms of you having... I guess maybe you wouldn't want to be in the same boat as Arsenal and Spurs fans or anything like that, but you're not even taking it that seriously anyway. I think it's a great idea. And I hope with once they see how much this Sidemen game has raised, they actually look back towards the All-Stars match, because I do believe it's been spoken about so much that there will actually be conversations about it. And you never know, it could actually become a thing. Man says, why are you such a lad? I don't know, but yeah, thanks for that. Usually I just get called a prick. So safe. Appreciate that. I reckon Manny can do it. Yes, he was fucking brilliant as well off the left-hand side. I'm sorry, I'm barely trying to remember names. It was just a good performance in general. And Goldbridge, by the way, Goldbridge was actually getting some decent attacking patterns out of the YouTube All-Stars. It was such a good game to watch back, in all honesty. What else we seen in here? 30 mil for us. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But this is one where we'll have to judge in about 4 or 5 years. You never know. We could sell him for more than that. You never know. Bowley needs to spend on Endrick, not some random Fulham kid. Whatever happened to Endrick? Did no one go in for him, or is he still in Brazil? Because I forgot all about this guy. Yeah, he's still at Palmeiras. He didn't end up going anywhere. Maybe you go in for him next year. I don't know. He looks good, but I'm surprised no one went for him this summer. Maybe he cost too much. Yes, scrap the Community Shield immediately, bruv. I hate that game. Even Chelsea are shit in that competition too, by the way. I think we've won like 3 of our last 10 or something like that. We're terrible there. We just get spanked by City and Arsenal. And in the noughties, we're getting spanked by United. Like, their energy is the same as my energy when it comes to that competition. I don't care about it. It's just nice to see football back at the time. But if we win, cool. If we lose, cool. Don't care. North v South game would be so much more entertaining than that. The only question is, who'd manage it? Because who'd you pick for the North and South managers? I don't know how they would decide that, but I'm sure they could find a fun way to be able to do it. Probably say Digger D, but I don't really stan any artists like that. I just listen to music in general. Jaden Sancho says, how are we doing? We're doing all right. We're just bored out of our heads with no Chelsea. But the Sidemen game actually made Saturday all right. I'll say that. We got over 100 of you guys in here already. I know we ain't got 100 likes. So guys, hit that like button. If you guys haven't done so already, would help the channel out a bit, because this is dead times right now. This is so dead. I need Chelsea back, bruv, even though we're shit. I need Chelsea back. Farhad says, wait, is that? Oh shit, that was my ex-boss. Yes, Farhad. Hope you're good, my guy. Big up yourself. If you're at the game, shout me, because I'm going Milan away. So if you're going, let me know. But yo, I didn't expect to see you. If anyone who doesn't know, I used to work for this guy. Because I used to work in View Cinemas, like, back in 2016 or something like that. One of the best bosses I've ever had. Big up yourself, Farhad. I hope you're good, my guy. What else we seen? Simon showing does Chelsea strikers out. Just showing the team how to score in general. Boy, yeah, it's dark. It's dark. What else we seen? Guys, run questions. Any questions? I'm gonna go for about half an hour, 40 minutes, nothing too long. So anything you want to discuss, just bring it in. Some of these comments are so dumb. It's like saying YouTube boxing is better than real boxing. See, I get what you're saying in terms of technical ability, but that Sideman game was genuinely better than the England game I watched yesterday. It's better than any Chelsea match I watched this season. By a mile. So you could say more. It probably says more about the players that we've been watching, in all honesty. Because I get from a technical aspect, even a League 2 player is smoking anybody in YouTube. But the football was much more entertaining. It just was. I said I've been following you for a while. I'm glad you do. I hope you're doing well as well, my guy. Hope to see you around soon too. I think the last time I saw you was when it was in Baker Street or something. But if you're around for Chelsea, Milan or Chelsea, give me a shout, bro. I'm gonna be at both games. We'll go for a drink or something. Don't remind me. Please don't remind me, bruv. Well, I'm going England, Germany, so maybe has a better performance then. Yeah, Giroud is 100% dunking on our heads. That doesn't make a difference. That doesn't make a difference. You could leave the goal empty and we probably only score once, and it would probably be a set piece. So I wouldn't say nothing. Luke Harris is a good prospect, but he's not worth 30 mil. He's on the same level as like Vale. How have you watched Luke Harris? Poku Doku, how have you watched him? Tell me, because I don't get that. Do you think we should get Hazard back? Look, I've been saying we bring him back and he'd still be our most creative player, but it's up to Potter. If Potter thinks he could get something out of him in the squad, go for it. If not, then it is what it is. But like, I would like to see Hazard back in the Chelsea shirt. A bit of it is just nostalgia, I will say that. But in terms of a player, I do think he still gives us creativity. And we are so lacking in that I do think even a potentially washed Eden Hazard might improve us in that regard. Does that mean we're down bad? Probably. Does that mean he helps us? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing a panel today because there's just not really any topics to go through. If I could just be a bit quiet. But if anybody wants the link, DM me. I don't mind. Yeah, I'll be at Arsenal Chelsea. That's the last home game before the World Cup. Just hope we fucking turn up in that fixture for once, please. Because we've played like shit against Arsenal at the Bridge for the last 2-3 years. It's actually been a bit longer than that. Last time we beat them was Sarri's first home game. Yeah, it was Sarri's first home game. And even then, we just scraped it. Yeah, we've looked like bums against Arsenal for way too long. As a Liverpool fan, I've been watching his channel the last 2 years and keep up the... Appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate all the kind words. Thank you for that. You need to pop up in the comment section more, bro. Even if you are Liverpool, it's all good. We've got Ilyas here, and he's basically Liverpool through and through too. So it's all good. Big up yourself anyway, though. Chelsea need to take at least 4 points from Milan if they want to go through. If not, could be Europa League. Facts. I'm not saying accepted, but I understand that we might not make it out of the group stage. We ideally have to go unbeaten. We could potentially afford to drop points in one more game, but that's it. But we haven't looked that good in the Champions League anyway. We made Zagreb look hard, we made Salzburg look hard, and now we've got a tougher team than the pair of them. It will be typical Chelsea to win home and away at AC Milan. I will say that, but I doubt it. As long as we win both our home games and we don't lose away, we should be fine. That will be the bare minimum that I ask. I think any more defeats, and I don't know. It all depends on what happens with Salzburg and Zagreb. Because maybe we don't beat Milan both times, but maybe Salzburg and Zagreb also end up in draws. And suddenly we're still in with a chance, even though I don't want it to get to that point. Just do our job and win. But I've got no faith in this squad. I've got no faith in them. Big up Clicks. Big up yourself, my guy. Good to see you here as well. And yeah, run the likes up, people. Run the likes up. How many do we have? 46. Now, I know we can do more than that because there's over 140 of you in here. So, guys, hit that like button. At least 100 likes by the time we wrap up the stream. At least. Luke Harris bagged the hat-trick against us when like Chilwell, Chukwuemeka and others were playing. Did we have a behind closed doors match against Fulham or something? I don't remember hearing about that. I remember hearing one against Brighton. I think there was one against Portsmouth. I don't know if it was bullshit that there was a game against Portsmouth or that there was first team players. I don't remember. But I don't think we played Fulham. I really don't think we did. Sidemen will get destroyed by an MLS team. Probably. They ain't professional. That game was just entertaining as hell. How does the Europa League drop work? We need to... Yeah. I think you finish third, and I think the setup's changed for when you get knocked out of the Champions League now. Don't you have like a qualifying round of all the other Champions League third place finishers? Let me know in the comments, because I think they changed it. Because I swear Barca had to qualify against Napoli or something like that. I don't remember. But regardless, if we go to Europa, we should be winning that. Should easily be winning that. I only watched that because what was it? Because my mates wanted to go out and watch it. I was gonna do a watch along here, but then I thought, do I really want to sit here by myself and just watch England for like 2 hours? Can't really be bothered for it. I did manage to snipe some England Germany tickets, so maybe we play better then. I hope so. Hope so. Our last match is Newcastle away. Our last week before the World Cup starts is Arsenal at home, City away in the Cup, and Newcastle away. So we got a long week before the World Cup's done. And God knows what position we're even in by then. If we're in a bad state, that'll be a toxic-ass week. Toby and Manny for Havertz and Mount. Facts. I'm here for it. Havertz and Mount now do TikToks anyway, so it'll be a good transition. I think it would work. Oh, third place goes straight to round of 16. So what? Do they have qualifying matches with the third place knockout, with the other third place knockout teams, and then go to round of 16? Or what? Because I swear Barca had another game. Or is my head just fucked? I don't know. Enter stream in the first. I know we shouldn't be talking about it, but you can blame these lot for that. So it is what it is. Is what it is. 70 mil for, if Bayern puts that money on the table, we are idiots if we don't accept. For me, I'd be willing to get rid of him for half that personally, especially with 2 years left. But I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised. A little bit of both. Like, regardless of how shit Chelsea play, I'd rather just watch Chelsea than watch nothing. But I also knew if we played that game again spanked, even with all the midfield issues. So it's like I would have rather seen Chelsea play, but it might have been better for us that we didn't. Although I'm not even sure if it is better than us, because now we have to play that in January, and we fuck our schedule up then even more now. So I don't know. All depends on how Chelsea play. We're speculating about a lot right now. Would you take Pochettino as England manager after the World Cup? I'd take him before the World Cup. He's better than Southgate. Hell, maybe they could go for, I don't know, Super Tommy Tuchel. Might be a good shout. He knows how to win cup competitions and everything. Big up Chelsea Perspective saying, big up my guy. Chelsea finished third. They play a team that finished second in the Europa League group. And the first leg home, second away. Then home in the first leg and away second leg. I'm confused. So if Chelsea finished third, they play a team that finished... Okay. And that would be in the round of 16, I'm guessing. No, that'd be the round of 32. Oh, I'm confused as fuck. I'm so confused. I'd sell Mount and keep Kai. I think Mount would be more likely to stay anyway. I think Havertz already has links to Bayern Munich. I could easily see him go back to Germany. And at least Mount has a bit more of a consistent run in him than Kai. Even though both have been terrible in all honesty. No. The football's atrocious, but we usually win, so I don't mind. Any day of the week, people. Any day. I enjoy yesterday. What, the England game? No. We play our shit. No chance. We would never get 80 mil for Mount. We never would. Never would. Southgate out, bruv. Southgate out every day of the week. This football is atrocious. Nearly fell asleep watching that game. I wasn't even at my yard. And yeah, of course, man. Didn't finish it yesterday, so fuck it. Is Bakayoko the worst player to play for Chelsea or Bogard? No, Bakayoko. I didn't even watch Bogard play, so I can't really judge him like that. But from what I heard, he was just shit and then refused to leave for like 3 years because we gave him a massive contract. He's like the naughty's Danny Drinkwater. I can't really hate him for that. If you're getting given better money than you'd get anywhere else, I don't blame you for not wanting to leave. It's our fault for giving you that money. So, yeah, you got to hold down Bogard. Bakayoko came from a title-winning side and was just... He didn't even look like an amateur player. I've never seen someone play so bad, so consistently compared to Bakayoko. That was some dark times. But England haven't been to a final in 50 years. I couldn't care less about that. The football's still shit, and he still fucked that final up anyway. He's just good at building a defensive team that's hard to break down. And you could get that out of like any semi-competent defensive manager anyway, as long as you give him good enough tools. The game management isn't good enough, and it's a bit of a bottle job, but we move. Speed was funny. Was I watching Timo Werner, except I didn't have to get as pissed off of him because he weren't wearing a Chelsea shirt. That guy has no understanding of the offside rule. It was just 100% running and vibes, but it was funny. It was fucking funny. I need to watch more of his streams because I only ever see little like snippets from TikTok and everything. But yeah, funny guy, bruv. What else is everyone saying? Canceling. I don't know why they kept they brought in another international break when there's a World Cup coming. It would make more sense to just get all the games done and then have a 2-week break. Or do the international games 2 weeks before the World Cup and you could have that as warm-ups. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Is Werner worse than Chris? I haven't watched Chris Sutton, bro. Like, I can't tell you that. I heard Chris Sutton was bad, though. I heard he was bad. Get rid of Havertz, bring in Asensio. Haven't watched enough of Asensio, but like, I remember everyone used to hype him, and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth. I feel like we'd be buying another name for the sake of it. And even then, look at everyone say, dead food, low, Asensio's dead, not the same player. I already weren't that sold on it, but there you go. I'm good. But appreciate the donation. Thank you for that. Do you think Aspie is becoming Ivanovic? No. Ivanovic's fall from grace is one of the most sudden drops I have ever seen. He was basically the best right back in the league in 14-15. He was up here. Like, he was contributing massively in terms of goals and assists and attacking build-up play. He was so good that season. And then when 15-16 came, the first match just dropped. All of his footballing ability, his positional awareness, his composure was just gone. Gone just like that. Aspie, it wasn't the same. We've seen Aspie decline from like 18-19 onwards. As soon as we pushed him back into right back under Sarri, we saw the drop-off. Now, we managed to get good phases out of him, but the decline has been a lot slower from Aspie, and it's been a lot more obvious too. Ivanovic just fell off the face of the earth. So, I wouldn't say they're the same. It's only because it's the same position, but I wouldn't say they're the same. Yeah, it was still a great moment, even though, bro, this guy born offside. Born offside, bro. You're taking Dembele's release clause being that cheap? What's his release clause? I guess we're talking about Ousmane Dembele. 43 mil. Chelsea should go for it. Next summer. They should go for that. That is mad. Nah, man, I wish. Maybe I'd actually be a good footballer. Will Paul get top 6? We don't even have, bro. My guy, we're not in a position where we're discussing whether we will make the top 6. We're not that bad. Like we're shit. I will say that, but we're not. Are Chelsea gonna make the top 6 bad? God forbid. No chance. Yep, 0 composure and 0 ability to hold on to a lead. It's terrible. Oh, really? So Rice isn't worth 100 million. Damn. I wonder who was telling everyone that. I wonder who was telling everybody that. I was told he was going to solve all of our problems. Meanwhile, he's getting schooled by Jorginho in a back 4. I want to know where all the Jorginho haters are about that one. Because, boy, I don't want to hear nothing about Declan Rice. I want to hear 100 million. Don't tell me 90 million. Don't even tell me 70 million. Absolute waffle on this guy. Cobham tax is too hefty. Yeah, we can't do top 6. We can't do top 6. Top 4 as a bare minimum. I'm not even thinking about, oh, I hope we get top 6. If we can't get top 4, just fuck the whole thing up and finish 8th. Genuinely, just finish 8th. I'd rather have no European football. Although, from a content perspective, maybe top 6. Maybe top 6. I have to think about myself as well. I could do with the extra games. Rice is poor right now. You might get your wish. Hey, if it tanks his value, then maybe we can have a conversation. 150 mil for Rice, bruv. Everyone who is willing to let the club make that decision need to hang their heads in shame, hang up their Chelsea shirts, not even hang up their Chelsea shirts, go to your nearest charity shop and hand them over, because you guys are enemies of progress. Big enemies of progress. I hear the criticism for this season, but as the last game against Salzburg also showed, if you play him in a 3-man midfield with 2 8s next to him, you seem to get a better player. Now, I won't say too much because he has been poor this season. 100% he's been poor, but I did see a better player against Salzburg. And now in the back 4, I'm still seeing him ball out for Italy. There might be something to it. I'm just saying. Just saying. It says Lewis looking bolo, or is it a tight shirt? Bruv, the shirt ain't even that tight, but I haven't been going gym in like the last week or 2. So I don't even know if it's that. I need to get myself back in there though. I was a whole gym rat through the summer, but I haven't had the motivation over the last week or 2. It's because there's not been any football and I've just felt lazy as fuck. It's like I'm on vacation or something. I know once football comes back, I'll be going gym more though, because suddenly I'll feel a bit more woken up and everything. I'll actually be more asked to do things, but it is what it is. The chest for Rice is a bit mad. He was one of England's better players. This is like saying, hey, the chest for Havertz is a bit mad. He was one of our better players against Zagreb. No, it's a low bar. If the bar's low, it doesn't mean I'm praising whoever reaches that low bar. Raise the bar. Don't get to the bar. 50 million, 50, 60 million for Declan Rice, and I would be all for him joining Chelsea. 50 to 60 million is a fair price. Anything over that, get in the bin. And don't come out. Don't come out. Yes. And now we can bring in Zaha for free. You don't even have to talk about no 25, 30 million or anything like that. Now it is even more of a no-brainer than it was before. When it was a case of 25, 40 million, maybe if you're stupid, you'll say, Zaha doesn't fit us or we're better than Zaha or something like that. Now he's coming as a free. He could either be a great starting option for us or a great squad player. Bring him in immediately. As soon as the season ends, get Zaha in. In fact, sign a pre-contract agreement in January and confirm it. Because don't tell me any of these wingers except Sterling are better than Zaha. Or even up front, any of our attackers except maybe Aubameyang. Don't tell me that they're better than Zaha. I don't want to hear it. Sterling was always playing with back to goal yesterday. Southgate out. Man, Southgate's been a bozo. Not even surprised by all of that. Plus, I don't know why you don't rate Chilwell, but keep him fit. I'm happy with that. Why have Chelsea been poor at defending crosses and corners this season? I think it's got something to do with us bringing in so many fresh faces in defence. Because there's not really an understanding of each other. And that needs to be built up. But it's still weird. It feels like we've gone back to the Lampard era, where we're just dog shit at defending set pieces and we're just letting goals go in for fun. So I don't know. I really don't know. I think Chucky Mecca will be your star boy when football starts. Hidden gem. Haven't seen enough of him. He looks promising. I'm not going to blow smoke up his arse or anything, but if he can become the player that his profile suggests he can become, he is going to be an unbelievable box-to-box ball carrier for us. If he can get end product as well, cooking. We're cooking good food. Very good food. That like Rice is a bum. That's my point. I act like Rice is a bum because people tell me he's a £150 million player. So I put him up to the standards of a £150 million player. And he does not reach those standards. He's too small for that ride. And I'm sure Jorginho has better defensive stats than him. Actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's better attacking stats. That's my bad. The same way, he ain't worth 150 mil. So that's why I'll talk about him like he's a bum. If you talk to me about him being worth 60 to 50 million, it is a completely different conversation. That's a... See, this is why I slander Rice. This is why I slander Rice, because you come up with stupidness like this. Pulisic is a better dribbler than Zaha. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? That is a terrible take, bro. Terrible. Thoughts on Hazard loan? I don't think we'd get him on loan. Don't they use him as like a replacement 9 or something at Real Madrid? So he's still part of the squad. I don't think they'd send him on loan. Trunks' goal. I barely remember that one now. There was so many goals in that game. Remember Phillies, though. Phillies was nasty. You got the Sidemen chip at the end. What other ones do I remember? I don't remember. I can't pretend I remember. No chance. Would you pay 90? After this season, I'll make a judge. But he looks like a transitional player, and we don't really play transitional football like that. At least not right now. So I'd have to wait. This is my thing. Have you seen Pulisic's shooting technique? It's like he's already knee sliding before he takes the shot. And then you go into dribbling, it looks like he's already going to ground. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. Damn, everybody's on Poku's neck for that. I can't lie, Poku, you deserve that. You fully deserve that for that take. You're my guy and everything, but still hold. You're going to have to hold that. I saw Specsavers on Twitter say the Sidemen have more titles than Spurs official. That's mad. That is all mad. What else does everyone say? I'm going to go for another 10-15 minutes, so continue to get questions in, people. We've got 200 in here. Big up. Have we got any closer? No, 61 likes. Another 40 of you guys. Hit that like button, please. If we get Hazard in, we honest. I wouldn't say that, because Hazard still betters us. I think he could still be a good squad player for us too. But if we brought him in as a starter, then I would get what you're saying. But I think as a squad player, I think he'd be a good option for us. I'll take it. Bun Rice and bun West Ham. I don't care. Yeah, we're trying to sign some 17-year-old. I don't get why. I don't get what he brings, but whatever, innit? I'll take it. Man said I'm copying what... okay, yeah, so now you want to throw jesters into the mud. We ain't doing that, bruv. That was your take, bruv. Hold it. I said he's alright, and I can't wait till his book comes out. Because I need to see his tone and everything, and I want to know what I get out of him from that book. I want to see what his personality says to me. Because everyone's saying he's arrogant and shit. If he is, it'll show in that book. But we'll see. We'll see. Yes, I would bring Hazard back. Like, our attack is dog shit. I don't get why people are acting like Hazard wouldn't improve us. He would. He would bring us more creativity. We'd play him in his actual position on the left too. Probably move Sterling onto the right. Might be good food. Might be very good food. Yeah, although I do need to check my requests more. I don't do it enough. Vic Star has more goals than Ronaldo in the Prem. Boy. He's got more goals than Mount too. He's got as many as Havertz. It's all mad. It is all mad. Zaha's Premier League proven he's going to be the best choice for us. There is a chance Liao might... Oh, there's a pop-up. Let me get rid of it. Bear with me for a sec. I hate it when this shit happens. Cool. There's a chance Leao might end up like Lukaku. I don't think it would be a Lukaku type signing. I'd get both in. Let them fight for a position and the other one goes on the bench and we become better as a squad as a result of that. Yes. Actually, no. Gordon isn't better than Pulisic. No, yeah. Yesterday, Ziyech made an outstanding performance in Morocco versus Chile game. That's great, but it's not Chelsea. Like, Werner and Havertz used to ball out for Germany and they come to Chelsea and be shit. Like, I don't care about international football like that. To me, it's about what you do for the club. One player you would sign for Chelsea. If I had a choice out of anybody, or if it does have to be a realistic transfer. If I had to pick anybody, I'm going for somebody creative. I don't know, maybe a Tony. No, in fact, I need a centre forward to give me Ivan Tony. Sooner I get Havertz out of my squad, the better. Yeah, I'd take Tony. First choice. Trossard's free next season. Potter might even try go for him, you know. He might. Don't tell the Rice stands. Don't tell the Rice stands. Because they'll just tell you it's an international game, but don't mean anything. Would I take Rodri to Chelsea in the future? Yes, immediately, but Rodri isn't leaving Man City, and he especially isn't leaving to join us. That's definitely not happening. But it's nice to dream. It is nice to dream. Kante's washed up. His high-intensity playing style is what led to his downfall. I completely agree with that, but I don't think he's washed. I think he's just you can only use him once every 4 games or something like that. And that's possible if you bring in better midfielders. But I don't think he's washed. I think if you get him on the right time and he's fit, you get a masterclass out of him every time. It's just you won't ever see a consistent N'Golo Kante again. Is what it is. Sarri and Conte ran him into the mud. Lewis, can't believe Victor placed an accurate shot better than Havertz has ever done. Bro, Simon is like, what, 6'4" or something, and you got 3 goals and 3 assists. And meanwhile, I'm seeing people make the biggest mental gymnastics as to why Havertz can't get GNA. It's all mad. It is all mad. What else is everyone saying? Neymar would be a good shout. Neymar would 100% be a good shout. Rotted. People know where I live at that. I wasn't even going to say it on stream. It's all bad. Alright, cool. What else is everyone saying? How long do you think it's going to take Chelsea to win the Prem or the Champions League? The Champions League, if everything fell in the right place, could happen at any point. We could win the Champions League this season if we get a favourable bracket in the knockout stages and if we even make it out of the group stage. We could. There's no reason to say we couldn't. All depends on how quickly our defence develop an understanding of each other, because if our defence is solid enough, we can beat anybody in one game. Simple facts. The league, that will take 1 to 2 years to contend or to properly contend. Because now I don't know what Potter wants. Does Potter need a completely new team? Can he work with half of the squad or not? We have to wait and see. But I'm judging it right now as if he has to get a completely new midfield and a new attack. And that might take a year or 2 to sort out. So in terms of Prem, 1 or 2 years. The Champions League, anything can happen if things fall in the right place and our defence is solid. What's my expectation of Zakaria? Big up Saint as well. Hope you're doing well, bro. I haven't seen... He hasn't played a minute for us yet, so I don't even know. I don't even know what role we're using him as. Would we have him as a DM or would we have him as a box-to-box? So, stay fit. I don't know, have end product on the ball, be good defensively. I don't know, because I don't know what we're using him for. Is he meant to be a Jorginho replacement? Is he meant to be a replacement for the likes of Kante and Kovacic? I haven't got a clue. Have not got a clue. If he's meant to be our sitting DM, then I need to see him be a lot more imposing when it comes to challenges. He needs to be strong when he's on the ball, and he needs to be able to release and find good passes quickly. If he's a box-to-box player, just standard, be able to beat players, show power when you're on the ball, positional awareness, and a final ball. But it all depends on what position we're using him for. I don't really know yet. Have to see him play first. Said the international games are mad for Ziyech, Havertz, and okay, let me delve into a bit more. Tournaments, I'm cool with, because like tournaments have a matter of importance about them. Not fucking Nations League group stage games or qualifiers or international friendlies against the likes of Liechtenstein, Israel, or other clubs where you're not even going to see more than 3 players playing in a top 5 league. That's what I mean. So when Jorginho balls out in the Euros, I will bring it up. When Havertz and Werner ball out against Liechtenstein and Israel, and we're hyping them up to be generational talents, I'm not going to listen to it. That's the difference. Neymar would do more than... Water is wet? Like, what would you want me to say to that, bro? Yeah, that's facts. Neymar would do way more than Sterling, but he'd also make our attack even stronger as a result. Aubameyang, Neymar, Sterling, good food. Very good food. Healthy as well. Healthy for the mind, because before that, it's Havertz and Mount, and like that's just stale food. Tastes like shit. Oba X Ronaldo. Oh, God forbid. I'm off the Ronaldo train, people. As soon as we got Aubameyang in, we didn't need Ronaldo. It's pointless if we bring him in. If he comes in January, I'm 100% of the belief that it's Bowley picking the signings and it's not Potter now. Because I don't get why Potter would pick that. And if Potter was to pick that, I'd be asking a few questions of him too, because that wouldn't make sense at all. Only thing I'm looking forward to this season is a Havertz remontada to shush the haters. Bro, I would love to see a Havertz remontada because I'd actually have something to believe in. But yeah, all I saw was one shush after one goal, and then the only thing that went quiet was his performances. So, is what it is. Is what it is. Ah, fair enough. Does Potter... No, because I don't think Brighton would sell him back. It's silly. Plus, Gilmore's a good player. I don't see why they would let him go anyway. They should be able to get a tune out of him. And within 2-3 years, I think Gilmore's going to be a brilliant talent. Brilliant talent. Is Havertz's head gone? He wanted Bayern Munich. All the more reason to get rid. Well, Simon Phillips said if Bayern made a serious approach, Havertz would have forced a move. And I don't think enough people are talking about that, because if Lukaku would have done the same thing, he would have got roasted. Pulisic and Ziyech get hated because they wanted to leave. Same thing with Werner, same thing with Cho. But we ain't saying nothing for him because he didn't leave. And clearly, he ain't the same... Well, I was going to say he ain't the same Havertz we've seen before, but I haven't seen a good Havertz, not consistently. But I haven't seen the Havertz from the Champions League final, so you could make a case for it. You could. But it would be a vague case because there's not a lot to go off. Would you consider being someone from South London as plastic? No. I couldn't care less where you come from. Like, as long as you support Chelsea, you love the club, and even if you hate us when we play like shit, you still support the club, you ain't plastic. And don't ever let anybody else tell you that you're plastic. I hate gatekeeping fans that, like, if you're not local, if you don't have a season ticket and know the lyrics to Blue is the Colour, word by word, you ain't proper fucking Chelsea. No. Tell them fuck off. Like, as long as you care about the club, you ain't plastic. Big facts. My guy, you will die on this Declan Rice hill. He is not even at Chelsea, bro. Let him go. Let him go, man. Fucking hell, bruv. Rice is not going to shag you, Poku Doku. You don't need to keep fighting this Rice train. It's crashed. Get a new train. I'm sure there's another Cobham graduate who's actually at Chelsea you could back. We are winning the league this year if Spurs don't. Just note it when I tell you I told you so in a few months. Okay. Yeah. If that happens, fair enough. You deserve all your flowers, but I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening. Bro, didn't Germany get knocked out in like the last 16? Like, who cares? What did they do in the tournament? That don't mean shit to me, bro. Well, to be honest, that's also that's probably one of his better tournament runs. Because even in the Champions League, he only scored in the final. So you could make a case for that. I'd give you that. What else are we seeing? Money on Sane. Probably be better than what we have. I don't know. Has he come back into form yet or not? I don't know. I know he had a good game against Barca, but I don't watch enough Bundesliga. With these matches coming up, do you think we can go on a run? Palace, Wolves, Villa, Bees, and then United. No. Especially, you got to take into account we have Champions League games in between all of those matches. So, nah, I don't see that happening. I think Palace will be tough. Wolves, we threw away a 2-0 lead to them. Plus, Diego Costa loves the bridge. Villa, could be a win. Brentford, could be a win. United have been so... We've had worse United sides that we couldn't beat. So I can't even try and be confident for that one. It's just who's going to turn into a bum in that game. Last time it was Havertz and Kante. The time before that it was Jorginho, Werner and Hudson-Odoi. The time before that it was... I think it was just the attack in general, really. The other one was all VAR bullshit. Like, something always happens whenever we play United. Would you give Rom another chance? I don't want to say too much. If Potter wants to, I'd back it, but like he's got a lot of work to do to try and get Chelsea fans back in. Big up the Queen as always, saying you're plastic. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate that. What else is everyone saying? Bring in who? I ain't even gonna try pronounce that name. I ain't even gonna try. I don't know. How long we got? Do another 10 minutes. We'll do another 10 minutes. Yeah. My dream Chelsea attack. Tony, Sterling, and who'd be the third one? Tony, Sterling, and you're gonna need someone who can press a bit. He doesn't press anyway, but I'm still saying Neymar. I don't give a fuck. That would be our creative outlet. Yeah, that would be brilliant. That would actually be a great front three. 88 likes. People, continue to run the likes up. And yeah, we're going to go for another 5-10 minutes and then we'll be out. Yo, I keep saying 100% Chelsea could have done so well if it weren't for the fucking fat prick in charge. But we move. I need to do like a reaction to my old fan cams at some point. Because I remember seeing the Leicester one from when we drew 0-0. It started doing the rounds on Twitter a few days ago. It's fucking ridiculous looking back at those fan cams. 17-18 was so dreadful. And I was so stressed throughout that whole year. That was also me pre-weed, by the way. So, like, there was no escape from how shit we were playing. I could never just bun a Zubi and then just forget about it. I do have to do a reaction to some of my old fan cams. Because some of them are hilarious. Maybe not for me, because I think it's a bit cringy looking back at my old content like that. But to everyone else, it's probably fucking hilarious. I remember everyone used to get gunned down. I was going for Fabregas and Hazard at certain points as well. We were so bad. But yeah, I definitely have to do that. Definitely have to do that. Nah, not today. Not today. Chiesa. Chiesa's a great shout, but I want to see how he performs when he comes back from his ACL. Because I don't know if he's going to hit the ground running or if he's going to be a bit slower. It's a shame, though, because I would have brought him in immediately before that. Leao's a good shout, but again, I don't know how he does against low blocks. He usually plays more in transition. So I don't really know what to expect. What else is here? Would you? Yes, every day of the week. Every day of the week. That guy took the piss out of our defense, and they were playing fucking hoofball when we went to Juve's ground last season, and he still battered AC and Rudiger. And you know, when you pass the AC test, you're a fucking baller. Yes, facts. I keep saying this. 17-18 was way worse than 15-16. 15-16 was only bad for half a season. As soon as Jose got sacked, like we all accepted the season was done anyway. It was just 4 months of friendlies. We ruined Arsenal's title campaign. We ruined Tottenham's title campaign. Good end to the season. Ended on a bit of a cliffhanger with Eden Hazard's late renaissance. 17-18 was just bleak. The football was shit. I knew we weren't making top 4 from match day 1. Check my fan cam. Burnley away when we lost 3-2. I said this team ain't making top 4, let alone winning the league. Midfield was way worse. That 17-18 midfield is worse than our midfield right now. At least that midfield had prime Kante, fair enough, but that was it. That was literally it. And it was just Kante cleaning up the mistakes of everyone around him. Our midfield now is shit, but it's better than that midfield. And then the attack. Morata, literally just like playing Havertz up top. Willian, dog shit. Pedro, kind of coming on a bit. But like, I speak nicer about Pedro because he was way better as a player. And just Hazard getting robbed of assists. Left, right, and centre. My only problem with Hazard is he never just pulls the trigger and shoots. Never did that. Always like cut inside and then I'm going to cut inside again. And I'm going to cut inside again because I can trust my dribbling like that. It's like, bro, just shoot, please. Could have bagged 30 that season if he was a bit selfish. But it's Eden Hazard and he's a baller. So you ain't going to say nothing anyway. It's like being that guy you told Kaka to cut back. It's like, know your place. Well, is what it is. Hey, if you're ever around the bridge, bro, just shout me. Like, I'm always at the same place doing fan cams anyway. So just let me know. Yeah, 17-18 was way more of a struggle. Way more. I couldn't give a shit about Mbappe's ego. His ego's there because PSG handed him the keys to the club. Chelsea wouldn't do that. He'd still have a bit of an ego, but I'd firm it for a player that good. Big facts. Way worse. Way worse. I'll switch the light on. Looks like it's black and white, for fuck's sake. How do you think we'll do against Milan? Hopefully win at home and draw away. Or win both, hopefully. But I don't know. I just don't want to say we'll lose one. But we still might. Let me not speak, bro. Let me not speak. Because when I talk, everyone just talks about tummy aches and cow poles and all that shit. But we move. Yeah, we did miss Matic in 17-18, but it was Matic's fault. He snaked us. No one ever speaks about how Nemanja Matic told Jose that he was going to do anything he could to join him at Manchester United after we beat him in the cup. No one speaks about it. But that happened, and Jose said it happened at the 2018 United Player of the Year Awards. Matic came up to him and said, I'm going to do anything to join you, and then his performances for the end of 16-17 tanked. So, yeah, we did miss Matic, but he put us in that position because he snaked us. Simple as. Willian was dead, but says so much more about the squad. Even in 15-16, Willian wasn't that good. It was just everyone else was so shit we made Willian look that good. My player of the season was Diego Costa. Because Willian's goals amounted to 1.1 in the Premier League that season. Diego Costa was around for the second half of the season where we actually dragged ourselves up the table. He was my player of the season. Even though, to be honest, nobody really deserved it. Or maybe Aspi. Maybe Aspi. Would you get Tammy's buyback clause for 60 next year? If I was desperate, if I was that desperate for an attacker, maybe. Because I think Tammy's good, but like I don't think he's Chelsea quality. Well, or the quality that Chelsea should be aspiring to. Because, like, let's be real, Neil Maupay is Chelsea quality right now. Depends on how he does this season. Depends on our options. Depends on our options. So underrated. So fucking underrated. I love Jose, but blood on his hands for letting Mata leave. And De Bruyne. Yes, trim is pending. I need to get one sorted sometime next week. I don't know when, but sometime. Bro, Bakayoko, Morata, Willian, Moses. I had so much time to custom out that season. All four of them could have held it at any point. It just pissed me off. Let's get a final few questions in before we wrap up the stream, people. Big up. It was only because his free kicks. He went on a 3-4 week run of scoring free kicks, and everyone's like, Willian's been amazing. He's carrying us. No, our team was just shit. And Willian was here. Everyone else used to be here. And then in 15-16, everyone else went to here and Willian stayed. So he looked better. Simple as. I think Roma will sell Tammy because they've got the FFP issue going on. They've got to sell players next season. Would you have him back? Again, maybe. If Roma had to sell him, they could probably sell him for cheaper. And then maybe it looks better. Game after Watford, the whole fan base sort of heavily emmed off Bakayoko. Bro, I have never seen an entire end of fans chanting, "You're fucking shit" at a player. I still haven't seen it. That was unreal. But I can't lie. He was so shit. I didn't blame them. Because if I had to pay money every week, standing in the freezing cold during the winter, watching Bakayoko's touch rebound off him, or him make 5-yard passes to opposition players, or not have any awareness of his position, or get fouls for fun, like just everything wrong, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them. Bakayoko was not being scapegoated that season. He was genuinely holding us back, single-handedly. It got to the point where he'd have terrible performances and make one good pass, and people would tell me he was all right. And I'd be like, you really let your standards drop for this guy. I might do Shameless tomorrow. Depends on what topics I can figure out. But yeah, we might do Shameless. Won't even respond to that. Won't even respond to that. Rom and Tammy to recreate the Anelka. What a downgrade, bruv. We went from Anelka Drogba to Rom and Tammy up top. Yeesh. That is, yeah, in the bin. The best player I've ever met in real life, Andreas Christensen. Any other questions before we wrap up? I said Morata v Arsenal still gives me nightmares. Trust me, man. Could have won 5-2 at the Emirates and seen an iconic game. Instead, just whatever that shit was. DM. Get a DM in. Alvarez or I don't know who else is out there. Anybody. That would be a good shout for us. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the stream here, people. Might do another Q&A before the international break. Oh, is that can't be the real monster. That can't be the real monster. If it is, big up yourself. It's been a minute, my guy. I hope you're doing well, but I don't think that's a real monster. There we go. All right. Man said you rate Christensen and Pulisic, but not Havertz. First off, Christensen gave me a consistent year. You can't even give me a consistent 3 months from Kai Havertz. So yes, I rate Christensen over Havertz. Pulisic, I do not rate over Havertz. I think both have been poor for us. I just think Pulisic should at least be given the same amount of opportunities that Havertz has been given. I don't rate Pulisic the same way that everyone thinks I do. I don't. I just think, give the same energy. I can't have Pulisic getting slandered for 5-10 minutes of football when you have Havertz playing for 17 minutes. At least give him the 90 minutes, and if he plays like shit, we'll give him the same energy. I can't give him the same energy until then. I can't lie, you need to find a way to stop getting Havertz into everything, bruv, because, eesh, you Havertz stands are starving. But with that, my ass is out. Big up everybody that's locked in. As always, smash the like and subscribe button. We might be back tomorrow for Shameless. We might be, but I will have to let you know. And until then, big up, like, subscribe, and as always, up the Chelsea.